Okay. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. I'm not holding it in anymore. I'm gonna shout it out loud. I understand now what I'm here for and what this life is about. It's about love, it's about laughter, it's about comfort and smiles. It's about love, it's about kindness, it's about hearts open wide. It's about love, it's about passion, it's about taking a chance. It's about love, it's about service, it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand, about lending a hand, lending a hand. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. There's a voice that I heard before. I am it's about lending a hand, about lending a hand, lending a hand. Whoa! Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors, the time is right. Swing wide the doors to let in the light. Bring in the dawn for humankind. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine. Swing wide the doors of this heart of mine.
Good morning, everybody. It's a wonderful opportunity for me to be here. I'm Heather. I'm from the Comox Valley, and I've been invited to be your platform person today. Quite the privilege. Hello. I do rely on the slides because I have never done this before. And we are very grateful to live, work, play, and create on the traditional and unceded territory of the many Indigenous peoples of Vancouver Island. And we say Haitchka. So just get yourselves into that lovely centered place. I had the privilege of joining the meditation this morning, which was quite wonderful. So just feel that earth under your feet, settle in and know. Take some deep breaths. Today's topic is about all living things. we focus on the presence of God in all things. That divine source, divine energy that is in everything, everybody, every animal, every plant, everything on this earth. And know that we are all indeed one. Wherever we are, God is. Our divinity blesses all. We're all one in God. Every thought is a prayer, and we know that we can change our thoughts at any time and know that indeed we are all one, and so it is. Amen. And our next song, please.
What do I want my day to be? I choose. What do I want to feel today? I choose. What do I want to be today? I choose. I choose. I choose. Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today I choose to be grateful, so grateful. Today I choose to be happy, so happy. Today I choose to be happy, happy. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. Claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. Today I choose to be peaceful, so peaceful. Today I choose to be peaceful, peaceful. Today I choose to be loving, so loving. Today I choose to be loving, loving. Today's I choose to be joyful, so joyful. Today I choose to be joyful, joyful. Whatever I choose is how my day's gonna be. I claim what I want, 'cause it's all up to me. Today I choose to be grateful, grateful. 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 Today. Oh, next song. Okay. Running around fixing this and that. You're giving up to God and then taking it back. Just release and let it go. You don't even have to think it out no more. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do his thing. You look like the weight of the world's on your back. Just take a deep breath and cut yourself some slack. All that drama ain't good for you. You couldn't change what is if you want to do so. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do His thing. Oh, ba 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 ba. Ba 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 da 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 da. The sun's gonna shine and the river's gonna flow. The tide's gonna rise without you say so. The universe is working and the good is flowing. You don't plan to sit and get up to see what's going. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do His thing. Get out of the way. Get out of the way. Get out of the way and let God do His
Thank you, James. How do I follow that? Today's wide words are taken from Emmett Fox. Now, this is an old book, and some of the language I had to change just a little bit. It's called Have You Seen the Leopard? Because we are talking about all living things today. The circus came to town for one evening, and little Johnny's father took him to see it. His cousin in New York had written him a glowing report of the show, especially of a big spotty leopard in a cage. His mother, his aunt, his uncle, and his big sister all gave him dimes to spend. He got a whip, a flag, a cowboy hat, and popcorn and lemonade, all with 4 dimes, I think. They sat close to the ring, and he saw everything that happened in the big top. And then they went outside, and Father took him into all the sideshows and right down the alley where the animals were. When they left the circus, he was so tired he could hardly keep his eyes open. Father remarked, "Well, you certainly had a good time." And the child replied, "Yes, Daddy, but I didn't see the leopard." When they arrived home, Mother said, "Did you see all the great big elephants?" And he replied, "Yes, Mama, but I didn't see the leopard." Uncle inquired, "Did you like that wonderful trapeze performance high up in the air?" He replied, "Yes, Uncle, I did, but I didn't see the leopard." His big sister said, "Weren't those little dogs cute?" And he replied, "Yes, they were, but I didn't see the leopard." Auntie said, "Didn't you love all those beautiful horses galloping around and those clever people standing on their backs?" He replied, "Yes, Auntie, I loved it, but I didn't see the leopard." Some people pass through the world like little Johnny at the circus. They get many good things out of life, but there's some particular thing that they really want. Yet they manage to miss it. They put off getting it or doing it, or they let unimportant obstacles stand in the way. Then when the end of the road comes, in spite of all that life has given them, they haven't seen the leopard. The businessman who always wanted to make a flower garden himself but never got around to it. The woman who always wanted to see the Rocky Mountains or the pyramids or Fujiyama and had the money to go but did not like to spend it. The person who always wanted to be able to speak French but never had time to take a lesson. These people all went to the circus but failed to see the leopard. Stop wasting time and money for things that you do not really want, and go out and get the things that you do want. A real wish, something that you know is not either wrong or manifestly foolish, comes from the divine, and the divine will open the way if you let it. There really is not much use in seeing the whole circus if you do not see the leopard. So we have one more song. Take it away.
Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Everything I ever done, everything I ever seen, everything I've lost or won, everything I've ever dreamed has brought me here to the present moment here, to a new beginning here. And I'm seeing life so clearly now. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. 'Cause here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I've ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my crystal source. Here I go, deeper, deeper, deeper than I ever been before. Here I go, closer, closer, closer to my sacred source. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in. Get ready, my soul. I'm diving in to the deepest kind of love, to the sweetest kind of life. Get ready, my soul. Get ready, my soul.
Thank you, James, for bringing your energy as always, and yours. What a wonderful little story. So last week, I read to you a little story by James Dillett Freeman about the goldfish, remember? And you seem to like that. And a few months ago, if you'll remember, uh, Nico and I did a little morning where I would read one of James Dillett Freeman's poems, and then he would improvise a piano bit around that. And you seem to like that. So I said to myself, maybe it's time to look at James Dillett Freeman again. Um, I don't know. Those of you who are new to Unity wouldn't know who he is, probably. You might. And those of you who've been around for a long time might. But he was one of those big, big treasures. And I think it's important that we revisit and celebrate. So, James Dillett Freeman, he's the author of The Prayer for Protection that we end with every week. And that prayer was written in 1941 or 42 in the Christmas edition of the Science of Mind as a gift to the world who were embroiled in World War II and felt needed some encouragement. And that prayer for protection was used by millions of people around the world. And then he also wrote a famous piece called I Am There, which is often read at memorial services in times of stress and trouble. Very well known. But James Dillett Freeman, magic. He was born in 1912 in Wilmington, Delaware. He was of Cherokee, Choctaw, Irish, and English descent. He died on April 9th, 2003 in Kansas City, Missouri. And I'm intrigued by this man who has this indigenous background and being so influential at that time in history. And I'm quite certain that his traditional spirituality contributed to the way he viewed the world and the way he interpreted spirituality and everything that was going on at Unity. And just as a side, I believe Charles Fillmore was also greatly influenced by indigenous spirituality. He was actually born on a reservation near St. Cloud, Minnesota. His father was an Indian trader, so they lived in a log cabin. And the main feature of the log cabin was a huge fireplace, because Minnesota it's like Winnipeg, 40 degrees below. And Charles and his brother Norton were kept busy the whole winter long just feeding logs into this great fireplace. He writes that his childhood was romantic, but crude and unprofitable. It was a kind of Huckleberry Finn existence. Hunters and trappers came by, roving bands of Chippewa and Sioux passed by the cabin, and Charles spent a great deal of time wandering in and out of the lodges and teepees, as freely did the indigenous people wander through their house. Charles and his mother learned to communicate in Chippewa. So he's influenced, right? But listen to this. There is a story that when Charles was less than 2 years old, he and his mother were alone in their cabin, and a band of Sioux rode up. Their leader, a towering medicine man, fantastically painted and decked in full regalia, strode into the cabin, tore little Charles from his mother's arms, and rode off. It was evening when the child was brought back to his mother. Charles says he does not remember what had been done with him, but he always had a feeling that they had used him in some mystical ceremony. So that kind of helps to explain the growth of Unity at that time, and the different way of looking at what was traditionally Christianity in the beginning, and the way of seeing the world as one. So back to James Dillett Freeman. He was sometimes called the poet laureate of Unity, and sometimes called the poet laureate to the moon, because 2 of his poems went to the moon. The only author who has that distinction, I believe. So, the prayer for protection was left on the moon by lunar module pilot Buzz Aldrin on Apollo 11, and a microfilm of his I Am There was left on the moon by James B. Irwin on Apollo 15. Isn't that interesting? So he worked for Unity for more than 50 years, and was a writer for the Daily Word and Unity magazine. And he also headed up Silent Unity, which is the online prayer service that's been going for, way before it was online. People would write in with their prayers or call in with their prayers. It's been serving for, I don't know how long, but he headed that up for over 20 years. He realized that ministers needed to be trained. And so he started the ministerial training program. The man wrote prolifically everything from poems, which he sold to Hallmark cards and made good money at, to curricula for ministerial students. What a man. Surprisingly, he proudly proclaimed on many occasions that he had never joined Unity. And I thought that was funny. Quoting from his bio, reveling in his independent nature and personifying a spirit present throughout Unity and the New Thought movement. threat. So James Dillard Freeman actually became a millionaire back in the 40s when being a millionaire meant something with his writing. He actually sold all these poems and writing, all this stuff. So from this short biography, I realized there were two things that stand out for me, huge ways in which James Dillard Freeman exemplified who we are in unity, or at least who we can be. One was that he became wealthy from his spiritual writings, thereby dispelling this belief we have that you can't be spiritual and rich at the same time. You can, you really can. And he lived the truth that we know is that this is an abundant universe and it's all waiting for us if we can just clear away the clouds and the ideas and the beliefs that are preventing us from getting there. As if to say, God wants us to be rich. If you persist in hanging on to the idea that God, interferes in things. If you're a Bible student, you're probably aware that there's about 400 little episodes or teachings or phrases in which God declares, before you ask, it's God's great pleasure to give to you, all that stuff, 400 times in the Bible. The second point that I revel in about James Dillard Freeman is that he, quote, reveled in his independence and personified a spirit present throughout unity and the new thought movement. He was a gregarious man. He was apparently loved by all, and he was a little bit of a rebel, like us. Was very independent, and he maintained his independence by not becoming a member of Unity. Which reminds me that membership in Unity is open to everyone who finds themselves in alignment with what we teach. Everyone is welcome, right? So if you're hearing stuff and you say, hey, that's what I think, you're welcome to become a member. But you don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want. Throughout my career, I've met many, many people who yearn for that sense of belonging that comes with the commitment of membership. I've met many, many people who thought they were members because of becoming, and they didn't know that there was a process involved. And I've met many people who just plain aren't joiners. And you know what? It's all right. That's what's so strong about Unity. However you are is all right. It's kind of like marriage. Remember back in my day, before we entered into the adultness of being a sexually active person, we had to get married, right? I mean, that's just what you did. It's not like that anymore. Have you noticed? I mean, some people still get married if the kids turn out all right, that kind of thing. But sometimes it's just a party. But, socially and legally, it really doesn't make a whole lot of, never mind. But I have marriage ceremonies for so many couples who have been together for several years, maybe have bought a house together and have the kids together. And you say, why would you get married now? But the fact that you don't have to somehow gives it an even deeper meaning. The people, they say, yeah, it's not just the physical attraction, and it's not just that we're compatible. It's like my very soul is committed to this person, and I want to stand up and shout it out to everybody. That's kind of what marriage means to people now. So membership in Unity is sort of like that. It's sort of like that. You don't have to do it. Everyone is welcome and loved, but it's a sign of spiritual maturity and commitment if you want to. Yeah? So if you're relatively new and you like what you're hearing here and you'd like to join, there's a form at the back there, and there's a membership covenant on our webpage. And if you read that and agree with what it says and would like to be a member, we'd love to have you join us. That's the end of the sales pitch. So back to James Dillard Freeman. And he viewed life as, who was it said, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all. He was that kind of guy. It's an adventure in which we can journey to the highest heights, and we've all had our heights, and we've all had our great lows, have we not? And it's all about living it all. He received the information to write his I Am There poem during the journey he and his wife took during her cancer treatment and subsequent passing. And it's a great comfort if you read it. It's a long poem. I'm not going to read it today. He was married 3 times, lived to be 91 years old. I understand he had some girlfriends too. He was a very congenial fellow that everyone loved, and he was such a deep and original thinker and a prolific and beautiful writer. And that's really when I appreciate the internet now. Remember how if you got interested in something, you had to go to the library? Or at the very least get down the Encyclopedia Britannica? You know, now if you're interested in something, you can get all sorts of information instantly. So I did that. As well as biography, I found links to a lot of his writings, which blew me away. I have not resonated with a writer this much since I discovered Khalil Gibran's The Prophet back in 1980. He's that good. There's such a beauty and depth in it. Like Emerson. Anybody enjoy reading Emerson? Yeah, deep, deep thinker, but you have to read it really lightly, right? Because it's not easily understood. So he's got that same depth, but he writes in clear language. And I found a writing called Life is a Wonder that for me pretty much outlines our whole view of life and what we're teaching here. So I was going to kind of use that as a template for my talk today. I'm going to kind of plagiarize it a little bit, you know, read it, take the main points, make them my own, and, you know, feed it back to you. Which works sometimes, but there's no way I can write like him. So it would be a sin, really, to try and do that. So I'm going to read it to you. Now, I know some people don't like being read to. I should bring in the kids, they love it. But I invite you to either pay rapt attention to what I'm saying, or sit with your eyes closed and just let the words wash over you and the images come. But I'm going to read it to you. Here we go. Life is a wonder. One morning in my garden, I asked God to bless every little thing, every living thing. And God replied, but what is not a living thing? First of all, I thought of air, invisible, inert. But the air leapt into my mouth and became my living breath. The air became the red of my blood, and in the secret furnace of my cells, the air became the fire of life itself. Then I thought of water, colorless, inert. But drinking the water, I thought, what is this body that drank the water? Is it not itself mainly water? This water that I drank is now the essence of my blood and tissues. When then is water merely water? And when is it water of life? Then I thought of earth, brown, inert. Earth, I thought, is not living. And as I kicked at the clods under my feet, they turned green and put forth leaf and stem and flower, and the grain ripened in the ear. I took the ear, ground it, made bread out of it, and ate the bread. And the bread became the very stuff of myself, so that I could not separate that which was me and that which was earth. This which now was me had but a short time before been the clods of earth that I had kicked with my feet. Surely, I thought, there is something that is not living. I thought of stones. But even the thought, I sensed the stirring in the stone, and I knew that the immovable, changeless stones were changing and moving, flowing no less than rivers to become the living pith and bone of creatures yet unborn. And then I caught a vision of the world, not as dead and inert, but as living and alive. Suddenly I saw that even the infinitesimal particles of which all things are formed, too small even to imagine, too small almost to conceive, are alive. I watched and saw that they were dancing. I listened and I heard them singing. I saw all the world of which I am a part, and I saw that it is life, nothing but life. Everything is alive and has the power of life. Things pass from one phase to another, from one form to another, but they are always alive. There is no line between living and not living. Both are aspects of life, as breathing in and breathing out are aspects of breath. There is only the breathing in and the breathing out again. We move through a world of opposites, but the opposites are not the reality. They are only aspects of reality. They are only reality as seen from this viewpoint or that. The reality is one, and it is life. I thought of some of the opposites, of night and day, of evil and good, of hate and love. I asked night, what is day? And the night answered, I am day, only seen from the other side. I thought of living and not living, and I saw that life is not the opposite of death, as it is generally thought to be. Birth is the opposite of death. Is death then but the same door as birth, only seen from the other side? Now we can see things only from where we stand. Can it be that we see only one side of all that is, as we see the moon? Ah, if we could see life not from the viewpoint of the moment, but in the radiance of eternity, we would not see night and day, but eternity. Not yea and nay, but truth. Not birth and death, but life. Not good and evil, but God. We are the namers. We give names to all things and try to describe them. But when is a rose a rose? When it is a seed? When it is a new plant green with spring? When it is a heart-shaped bud? When it is a full-blown bloom? When it stands thorn sharp against the winter snow? The universe is the rose of God. The universe is not the fixed and finished work of a master maker who made it and the things in it as a watchmaker makes a watch. The universe is a living organism unfolding from within, creatively expressing the creative spirit of God from the smallest particle to the largest galaxy continually. Breathing, growing, expanding through space and time and mind and spirit, with no end or limit to the possibility of development. And I, too, am the rose of God. When was I? Am I? Shall I be? Of this that my body is now, how much was my body a year ago? Of the stuff that was my body 20 years ago, does a single atom remain the same? As to my mind, nebulous, delicate, subtle, dancing with thoughts, how shall I make my thoughts stand still long enough for me to say, this is my mind? This very thought has altered the configuration. Now, from the viewpoint of the moment, I see my existence as an isolated fragment, beginning, ending. But could I look from the fixed center of being and take in the whole reach of reality, I would see that what seems to be a broken arc is really the perfect circle of eternity. Is this what the Lord of Living saw when he hung upon the mount? From that anguished ultimate peak of experience, did he see things not one-sidedly, but whole? Did he look past endings and beginnings, past every appearance of separateness, clear to the animating principle? And did he see that the animating principle was himself? And we, when we see things whole, shall we too not share the wholeness? O living air, earth, water, breath, blood, flesh, O metamorphosing rocks, there is no beginning and ending. There is no living and not living. There is only the ever-renewing, ever-unfolding expression of infinite life. Walking in my garden, I ask God to bless every little thing. Even as I asked, I knew that in all the world there was not one atom that did not leap up in acknowledgement. James, would you take us into meditation, please?
I just lost it somewhere. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my soul go deeper, my soul go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. When I pray, I feel my love go deeper, my love go deeper into my God. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I pray. Right here, right now, right where I am, I I pray, I feel my heart go deeper, my heart go deeper into my God.
And so I invite you now just to join with me in a few moments of quiet contemplation. Just in allowing your physical body and your mind to relax. And concentrate just for a moment on one single thought. I am one with every living thing. Simply allowing your mind to rest on that thought and take that thought into the silence. And as we allow our bodies and minds to be refreshed, we are grateful. Grateful for this opportunity to come together to share meaningful dialogue, sacred talk, divine friendship, and recognize the divine in each other, and being grateful for becoming aware of the divine in ourselves as the connection with all of life. And so it is. And now we can do the Alleluia.
Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah.
Thank you, James. Thank you, Patricia. We'll all have to go and look up James Dillett Freeman and realize he wrote much more than the Prayer for Protection. Thank you. It's wonderful. So, happening in our communities, our board meeting is today. This is very exciting. It's an in-person board meeting, so we have myself from Comox, we have several board members from Victoria, and we are opening up this incredibly exciting board meeting for anybody who's interested in attending and finding out what we do as a board. This is open to members. Anybody who is a member. Oh, that's the board members to stand. I apologize. Not the members. So we have Tom, we have Glenn, we have Gilles, Pamela. Sorry, yes, I didn't see you there. And of course, Brenda. And we'd love you to take an interest in what we do. Free. Oh, it is free. It's free. And it's going to happen at 12:30 after the little work party to clean the labyrinth. And the WhatsApp meeting, WhatsApp Vancouver Island, is next Tuesday, April the 2nd. And I believe in the newsletter that went out on Thursday, it said this Tuesday And underneath it said, now that Easter is over. And I'm thinking, but I haven't had my eggs yet.
Nor your turkey.
And yes, poltergeist. So the link is in the newsletter for the WhatsApp meeting, and it's usually a good discussion. So put that in your diaries for Tuesday, April the 2nd. The Full Moon Circle Women's Group with Sharon McLeod, and Sharon is one of our board members, and I don't see her here today.
She's in Vegas.
Okay. And that, well, she's coming back today because her meeting is tonight at 7 o'clock. And our new spring online class. So this is being offered online by our retired minister, Reverend Vicky Vanderhorst from the Comox Valley. And so she is teaching from Emmett Fox. Resurrection is a practical step for you and me to take every day, and so on. So if you're interested in taking this online class for Tuesdays, April the 9th to the 30th, get in touch with Reverend Vicky, and her contact will be in the newsletter, and it will be by love offering. And in Comox, we have our prayer circle on the 2nd and 4th Tuesdays of every month in the Spiritual Center, which is, the address is Comox Avenue, but the door is in the parking lot behind there. So our next meeting is this coming Tuesday, March the 26th. And we've been having our in-person service on the second Sunday of the month. And I believe our next speaker is Reverend Patricia on the second Sunday in April, which is, I believe, the 14th. So anybody who wants to travel up to Comox, you're very welcome. In Victoria, their prayer circle is the first Monday of each month at 11 o'clock in First Met Room 119. And their in-person service is the third Sunday of each month at the Oakland Center at 10 a.m. So we did actually have someone show up once from Victoria for our service, which starts at 10:30. And they were a bit cross because they thought our service must start at the same time as theirs. So here and Comox 10:30, Victoria 10 o'clock. And yesterday, I don't know if any of you took part in the Earth Hour, turning all your lights off at 8:30. I found that quite delightful. Yeah. And our Wellness Expo took place yesterday, and I recognized quite a few people here who were there, so I think it was quite successful. And Thomas gave a good little speech. It went well. Coming soon, our Sunday morning Zoom service. So Thomas has a plan to have 2 services going at the same time, one via Zoom for those who are out of town, and then the in-person service here. But in order to make that happen, he needs volunteers. So if you're interested in helping with that project, please get in touch with Thomas. And quantum healing meditation with Ailsie Path. Is Ailsie here today? Yes, hi. Yes, Ailsie manned the booth at the little wellness fair yesterday. Fourth Wednesday of each month at 6 o'clock. Session 2 will be this coming Wednesday, the 27th in Nanaimo. And you can register at soulstar1122@gmail.com. So Women of the New Moon group is April the 7th. So that also is Sharon. I guess she does a full moon and a new moon group. So she has time to come back from Vegas for this. And Unity Vancouver Island in Victoria is doing get-togethers for people to watch videos of Oprah interviewing various people. Brian Stevenson, civil rights attorney, and has been called America's new Nelson Mandela. So every session will be a different speaker, and some of these interviews are really great. So all that information, again, will be in the newsletter. And for those of you who've been watching these Phoenix Rising podcasts, they really are worth a look. They're quite wonderful. And Thomas and Patricia have done several together, and there have been some really interesting interviews with other people. We've had a few stars, Don and Margaret, and James, of course, yes, and Lisa, yes. I've watched most of them, and they really are worth a look. And the information for those is on the website. So in Nanaimo, we've got seated Tai Chi with Rick on Tuesdays at 10. We've got our Course in Miracles class with Leanne on Thursdays at 10:30. And then, of course, the Full Moon Circle and the Women of the New Moon Circle and the Quantum Healing that I've already mentioned. Again, all the information will be in the newsletter. And thank you for your abundance. We are grateful, beyond grateful, for all you do, whether it's time, talent, your tithes, all is welcome. And we are grateful. And you can donate via e-transfer, you can donate by paper mail. There's a donation box outside the door. We are open to accepting donations in any shape or form. And what about the children? Okay. So, James, can you take it away? Thank you.
There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be in your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I'll go. Your infinite love will prove more than enough. There is more than enough in the universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'll go without? Your infinite love made me, made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever you to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. Your infinite love made me. Your infinite love made me. Made everything I see, and all that will ever be. Your infinite love. Let the world know the truth, whatever we choose to do. Your infinite love will prove more than enough, more than enough, more than enough.
Thank you, James. And now it's time for our children to come in. Let's say the children's blessing together. We see the divine light
Shining as you, we love and appreciate you exactly the way you are.
Come on in, kids. Yes, what have you made today?
Palms, like they're chicks and bunnies, and we made Easter eggs.
Lovely. Well done, kids. That's great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. So please join me with our vision statement. Unity Vancouver Island is a growing, unfolding, expanding center of light and love, mighty to attract its good and radiate good to others. So Dawn will be in the prayer room for individual prayer support following the service. And please join us in our prayer for protection. The
light that is God surrounds us. We are one with the light. The love that is God enfolds us. We are one with the love. The power that is God protects us. We are one with the power. The presence that is God watches over us. We are one with the presence. Wherever you are, God is, and so it is.
Amen. And please join us for our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with love as our center. Familiar are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my soul and vow to take each moment